How many of you remember when you were a child being really good at something by show of hands? When I was a little girl, I had the gift of gab. All I wanted to do was talk, talk, talk. That's all I ever wanted to do. And when I was in school, my teacher could never find the right spot for me in my classroom because wherever she moved me, I found someone to talk to. But I loved talking. But I never realized that speaking and talking was my gift until April 29th, 1993. My best friend, Teresa DeLoach, died of liver failure on my 18th birthday. Shortly after she passed away, I was given an opportunity to get in front of my entire school to speak on the importance of organ donation. And at that moment when I was in front of my school, in that tragedy, in that sadness, when I was speaking to the class on what my friend meant to me and what she meant to every single one of us, I found my voice. I found my voice and realized by speaking, I can help change the lives of so many other people. And after that moment, you couldn't shut me up again. I wanted to try to find anywhere I could speak at, but the only two places I could speak at were weddings and funerals. And when someone would die, I would raise my hand and say, pick me, I want to speak. And my family thought I was crazy, but I wanted to speak. Shortly after my best friend died, I read a book called Live Your Dreams by Mr. Les Brown. And that book connected with me. I knew if he could do it, so could I. It was my dream to speak with him and to share the stage with him. But instead of running after my dream, I ran the other way. How many of you have done that? You've had something burning inside of you, this dream, this passion that you wanted to run after so bad, but instead of running after it, you took a different road and got your life off track. Have any of you done that before and felt that? 15 years later, now I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3 amazing kids. McKenna's 8 years old, Marcus is 5, and Marcia is 2. Now, those of you who are parents know that being a parent is the hardest job in the world, but it's the most rewarding job. And one day I found myself motivating my daughter. See, McKenna's a talented gymnast. She has dreams of being in the Olympics. And I remember looking at her, and I said, McKenna, I don't want anyone to ever tell you that it's not possible. You can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let me, don't let your dad, don't let your friends, don't let your teachers, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because you can. And no matter what happens in your life, you keep going. At that moment when I was looking at her, I had to take a step back. I had to take a step back and look at myself and say, oh my, am I being the role model for my children? Am I showing them by example that when life knocks you down, you keep going and that anything is possible? And the answer was no, I wasn't. I quit on myself. I quit on my dream. Have any of you done that? You found yourself quitting on yourself. I was so busy taking care of everybody else out there that I forgot what that dream was. I forgot what my dream was until one day I started praying on it. God, what is it? What is it that I'm supposed to do? And one morning I woke up, and there in my mind was Mr. Les Brown. I haven't read his book in 15 years. But you better believe I ran downstairs and I looked him up on the internet, and there it was, speaker training. I was reading it and looking at these testimonials and listening to this program that he has had to offer, and my heart started beating faster and faster and faster and faster. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. I have to do this. That night I went to bed and I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up my husband, Mark. I'm like, Mark, you gotta wake up. He's like, what's going on? I said, you're never gonna believe this. I had a dream. He looked at me. You had a dream? I said, yeah, I had a dream. He's like, me too. I said, I had a dream though, Mark. I was speaking on the stage in front of thousands of people, and I gave a powerful presentation. I got a standing ovation. And not only that, I was sharing the stage with Mr. Les Brown. He looked at me He looked at the clock. He said, baby, you need to go back to bed. That morning I woke up and I made my plane ticket and I booked that reservation and I went to speaker training. I was so scared. I have never left my family before. I've never left my 3 kids home alone with their father. That was scary enough, but believe me, if we had more time, I could tell you, I could write a book on it, and it is great. He's experiencing what it's like to be a mom, that's for sure. But I was so scared. And I'll never forget, though, walking into this conference room full of doctors, entrepreneurs, speakers, and here I am, the stay-at-home mom of 3 kids with a ponytail in my hair, and I didn't even own a suit. The only thing I was doing was watching Barney and Sesame Street. And I was so disconnected with what was going around on the outside of my house that I was so afraid that these people in this room were going to ask me something about politics or anything else that was going on in the world. And I thought, oh, God, please, whatever you do, don't let anybody ask me about anything that's going on because I don't know anything. All I know is I have a dream. What is your dream? My dream was to go there no matter what and make a connection with Les Brown. And I didn't care how I was going to do it. I followed him around the whole weekend and tapped him on his shoulder. And he probably was like, who is this crazy girl? But I did it. I made a connection with him. And in a year and a half, I have traveled around the entire United States speaking with Les Brown. I've been to Europe. Thank you. I've been to Europe, and I'm standing here today in front of all of you. But I'm not telling you this, of course, not to impress you, but to share with you that if I can do it, you can do anything you put your mind to. But in order to make your dreams a reality, you need to begin to start surrounding yourself with positive people, people who think like you. You need to work on yourself every single day by reading inspirational and motivational CDs or listening to CDs and books and going to trainings and workshops and getting coaching and getting a mentor. This person that as I'm standing here right now is not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago, and I'm not even the same person I was last year. I have to work on myself every single day. So you have to work on yourself, and not only that, don't ever forget to listen to that small inner voice inside you. You know, Maria Shriver says that life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So many times we want our dream right now, or because you didn't get it yesterday. You got to keep going, because if you believe it, it will happen. Don't quit on yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in your dream, and believe it's possible. Thank you.